I just filmed like a 4-minute clip without turning on the camera. So I'm gonna take another sip of coffee. And we're gonna do this again. Good morning, everyone. Or good, whatever time it is that you are watching this. It's morning for me. So far, I got up at 6, read for an hour, ate breakfast, went to the gym, walked, showered, made my lunch. Now I am here and it's 10:20 and I wanted to hop on to introduce the books of this vlog. First of all, Ledge by Stacey McKeown. This is so cool. The writing is very stylized. The story is unique. All great vibes. It's also very cold in the vibes and it's cold out today. So I will be wearing a hoodie, most likely over this shirt to class. But yeah, so in this book, we follow our main female character who lives on this thing called the Ledge. And so what the Ledge is there's this gigantic mountain and they can't even see the bottom and it's cracked in half. And then the ledge is the part that's flat right before a vertical cliff face. And then it's between the chasm and the cliff face. So the people on there can't do like anything. And then there's this monster kingdom sort of called Glacia. And the Glacians drop off supplies randomly and people like fight over them. And they also take humans like twice a year. They take a couple humans and they come down with their claws and their like wings and they like take them. So they're described as kind of monstery, but they can shift into like human forms. They're stronger than the humans. And our girl is the last of her family left alive. And so obviously we know where this is going. She gets taken on selection day by the Glacians and flown over the chasm and dropped into their castle of a kingdom. She has never seen the land. All she's known is like snow and blizzards and ice. She can wield an axe. She is very feisty and she's smart. She knows what she's doing and I really hope she stays that way, unlike the last book I read. And from there, we follow her as she gets put into servitude, and you can either choose that or you can choose to run and have the Glacians hunt you. And so she sees what happens once these people get sacrificed or into servitude, and to do that, they feed you into this body of water and it steals your like soul and personality. And she sees that and she's like, absolutely not. I'm gonna take my chances and run away from you guys. So she runs and she does get found by a Glacian human half-breed. And together they are gonna try and get off this mountain and into the valley. And so the 3 books are called Ledge, Chasm, and Valley. So hopefully we get there in the end. But super cool. And it's very much giving enemies to lovers, slow burn romance, high stakes, and even high rewards. So I'm very excited, very pleased. I'm 83 pages into this and I have a couple tabs already because the writing is absolutely gorgeous. We've touched so far on themes of loneliness and heartbreak and grief. There were a couple trigger warnings in the beginning of this, so I recommend checking those out. But the statements are very profound and they just spoke to me, so I tabbed them. And then the other book is on my Kindle, which is downstairs, and I read it at the gym. I started it, and it is called Falling Off the Cliff. It's an F1 romance. I don't really know much about it other than that. I kind of saw the, what's it called? The fan art for the 3rd book on Instagram, and I wanted to read it, but the 3rd book doesn't come out until like May. So I just picked up the other books in the series. Hopefully it's good. I'm liking it so far. Our main character is tall. Yay! And I believe this main character is also tall. So we love tall girl representation. We don't see it too often. Anywho, I'm gonna go to school today. I do have a bit of a break between classes, so I might pick up a book. I might take my Kindle. I probably won't take this. I think this is gonna be my like morning and night in bed read. I did find it very easy to fly through. The pages are a nice size. I don't know, like they're a good size. They flip pretty easily and I'm intrigued by this book. I also love the other book that I started so far, so good things. The writing in the romance, F1 romance, is good so far. Not super cliche. The main character has a friend group of 3, and so far they've snuck onto this F1 racer's yacht. And of course, the main female girly is anxious. She doesn't want to go on the yacht and like break into like this party that he's throwing. And she just got over a breakup and she's having a rough time, and she literally slams into our main male character. I think his name is Thiago, and our female main character is I don't remember. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. And she slams into them and she's like, why can't you look where you're going? And like, she kind of pops off at him and he's like, I could have you arrested for sneaking out of my boat. And she's like, well, actually you have more than 12 people on this yacht besides the crew, so you should be arrested too. So they agree to stay away from each other and not get each other in trouble. And that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna go maybe read a little bit, get together my things, check out what time my classes are, because I have a rough idea, but I don't know for sure, nor do I know the rooms. And I will catch you all later. Welcome to the vlog. Reading the F1 book, they are immediately attracted to each other, but I'm liking the banter. It's okay. I think it's gonna be kind of a, not enemies to lovers, but like a dislike, like met in a bad situation to lovers. So, in my break between classes, I did pick up Falling Off the Cliff by Kanitha P., which is our F1 sports romance book of the week. And I got to 25%. And I'm loving it. I made faces at the book in public. And that's really how you know. That's how you can tell that you're so enthralled in the story. You literally don't care because the characters are great. And you make faces at the book. So I did that. And I was fine with it. In the moment, I was like, because something happened. And I think I squealed. And I was like, shit. Could this be like a 5-star romance for me? It's not deep yet, but the chemistry, the banter, these people go back and forth and back and forth. Because our main girl, what is it? Kamari, that's her name. Also, literally read it as calamari one time, and now I can't unsee it, which is really unfortunate. Kamari owns a bookstore / coffee shop, which she runs with her brother, and she's focusing on opening up a new location. She's very girl boss. She has a tumultuous relationship with her ex, and we do not like him. And our main guy is an F1 racer. He's seen with models and Instagrammers and brings home a different girl every weekend. He hasn't been placing well, and he says he has issues with his car, and he's not doing too hot, and he's in danger of having his F1 contract not renewed. And so when photos get leaked of them two kissing on the boat, which happened in the first chapter, and the photo leaking happens in the second chapter, so no spoilers. So when the photos get leaked, he is like, oh, LOL, that's actually my girlfriend. And when his manager calls him and is like, what the heck, dude? Why are you doing this? So he has to convince our main girl, like which he does because that's the trope of the book, that she should fake date him. It's so good. The banter, the chemistry, and like the girl is so reluctant. Like you can tell she doesn't want to be there. Like that's not her scene, and she's doing it to help him out. And it's so good because she like enters into like the agreement. She's like, okay, I'll fake date you, but you have to freaking win. You win because that's what you signed up for. You're gonna put in the work, you're gonna get your stuff together, and you're gonna win. So we've been seeing that. I had a couple other notes. Let me check my notes app and I will get back to you. Never mind, that was all of my notes, but it's so good and I'm enjoying it so much. I'm gonna read a little bit before dinner, but I think I'm gonna pick up Ledge. And my boyfriend is coming over, so we'll probably watch the third Pirates of the Caribbean book. And I'll get some more reading done, probably of Ledge, but I enjoy this so much. And I'm talking 25% in the book is, well, that doesn't show me anything that okay, let's see if it says now. I hate when it says location on Kindle Unlimited, like the LOC. I don't need to know that. Give me page number. I know you can do it because I've looked at you before. Aha, okay. It's 476 pages, so I'm on page 116. and I'm loving it. It's so good. Hopefully it stays that way. If this stays this way, I will probably end up using these between fantasy books as like a palette cleanser. So, wish me luck. I'm probably gonna go read. I'm gonna eat dinner, watch a movie, probably read some more, and download textbooks for this semester, which are a pretty penny this time around. So that's what I'm gonna go do, and I will be back to talk to you guys with updates. Well, I just sat on this mic, so if this audio is corrected, I'm gonna be so mad. But I didn't hop on yesterday. It's 2 days. There we are. It's, oh. All right, this is gonna have to do. It is daylight outside. I just closed my shutters because the lighting is not that great. You know what? I'm gonna turn on my lights too. We're gonna make this pretty. One more second. There we are. Okay, it looks a little bit cuter. I'm here to hop on and gush about falling off the cliff. Oh my god. This man, it's definitely he falls first and he falls harder. But he's opening up to her and she's opening up to him. I'm at the 57% mark now, and things are happening. Things are happening. We've seen both of them like show up for each other, which is really nice. And there's also so much that I can like feel that isn't written. So like between the lines, there's so much, I don't know. It's just like you can feel the chemistry, and you know that like without them saying it, like this is what they would do for the other person and this is what they're feeling, and they're always trying to make sure the other person is comfortable in their space, and he's doing stuff for her and she is like coming and showing up for him, and it's so good. And we also see a little bit of character growth that they help each other out with. Our main girlie is very much like a people pleaser, and she has a terrible, terrible ex boyfriend who treated her just awfully, and she kind of felt more like an object than a person. So you can see her conduct herself in such a way that maybe she doesn't let all of her emotions shine through, or she kind of freaks out about like how she's perceived or what she's wearing and whatnot. And you see her get comfortable with letting herself go and letting her own personal mind choose the decisions. And there's one part where he's like, "What do you like to drink?" And she's like, "Are you drinking? Like, shouldn't you not be drinking before a race?" And he goes, "I'm not drinking, but you can drink if you'd like. Just let me know what you want and I can go get it." And in her inner monologue, she was like, "My ex boyfriend would always order my drink for me, and he would only let me have one glass of wine while he got shit faced." And I was like screaming at the ex boyfriend and loving Tiago. Ah, he's so great. He's so great. And the writing is good. We do get couple repetitions of the same phrase, like green meets silver or clashes with silver a lot. And we also learned that Kamari, her name means something. So don't go Googling it because it's super cute. And we see the guy Google it. And then there's a little nickname, and it's so cute. And we get glimpses of Kamari at her cafe when she's working and her interactions with her friends. And then we also see her go to the F1 races with him. And she doesn't know anything about the sport, so she's experiencing it for the first time. Her best friend, Indy, who I think the third book is about, is a motorsports influencer. So she has all the connections, and she comes with Kamari and they hang out together. And it's lovely. They do have to share a hotel room and she freaks out about it, and he's like, "You're my fake girlfriend, like of course we're sharing a hotel room." And she builds a pillow wall, and we both know that that pillow wall did not stay up. It's just so good. And again, the writing is like, it's pretty lyrical, but some of the phrases are a bit overdone in my personal opinion, but I'm trying not to be too nitpicky because his descriptions of her and how he feels about her and her descriptions of him, so cute. So cute. So I have another class gap today. It's currently my third day at university, so we know what that means. We're gonna be learning stuff today. But I think I'm gonna take my Kindle and I might read and or write in my spare time. I got 2 hours where I do nothing. And that's kind of how I got so far in this book. I didn't read I read a little bit more of Ledge in the morning. I can't remember where I last left off with my updates on that. I'm gonna go check and I will be right back. Okay, evidently I have not updated on Ledge in a solid second. We had a really big reveal in the book that I did not see it coming. And our main girl is just a firecracker. She's going at everyone. She doesn't care that like they're royals. She just goes for it. And meanwhile, our guy, oh, the girl's Dawson and the guy is Ryan. He's being like, you can't do that because she has no experience with society. And she's like, what's money? And like, how does this work? And so she goes to pay for her room and she like basically gives the man a penny. And he's like, it's okay. I got you, girl. Like, you don't have to pay. And then we discover why that is, which is nuts. It's nuts. And after all that chaos, have another running sequence as they flee from two different enemies now. It's good. It's very entertaining. Again, the prose in this one is more lovely than falling off the cliff just because it's like a little bit it's a fantasy. So obviously we're going to have great descriptions and stuff just happened between them. And we had a little bit of a spicy scene and it was great. And both of these men in the books are like, if I touch you, like I'm gonna want all of you, so I'm not gonna touch you until like you're ready to give me that. It's so good. It's so good. So that's what's up with Ledge. Now I know why the next titles are what they are. And hopefully we see these two corrupt societies brought to their knees by her and Ryan. Hopefully we shall see. But it's been a good read. I am 77% of the way through that one. So we're making good pace, especially because I've read them both back to back. So I'm sure I could have read one in 3 days and the other one in like 4 or 5 days. Though Falling Off the Cliff is longer. I'm thinking of Speeding into Overdrive, which is book 3, which is the one that made me want to read this book. And I am seriously considering buying the special editions. They're on Amazon and they have like cute cartoony covers. I am loving them more than the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, which I have all of. And I even tabbed the last 2 books, but I can't remember having this one of a time because the last 2 were heavy. And the first 2 were like sunshine and rainbows, but this one is a good mix of both. And I'm so excited to read more, and I'm gonna go read more today. And this isn't a very long update, so I'm so sorry. Not that it matters, because if it's me, it's gonna be chatty. But you'll have seen my reaction, the previous clip from last night, with me just like fake screaming. I like had that reaction. I was like, I need to go film that reaction just so you guys know. Like, Falling Off the Cliff is eliciting reactions, happy reactions. My brother was on the couch next to me watching a movie, and I had my noise canceling, AirPods in. And he was like, I was like, oh my god, the book! And he was like, oh my god, let me watch my movie in peace. So, evidently, karma came to get me because my AirPods died, and then I didn't pick up the book for the rest of the night. But yeah, I gotta go. I gotta do some stuff before I head down to university. And I do plan on reading more. So I'll be back to chat to you guys soon. Alright, so I did some reading yesterday of only Falling Off the Cliff. It's still so good. And we just had a little bit of a scene, a spicy scene. And the characters are slowly moving towards the end goal of them getting together. It's so good. I was literally reading with my friend right next to me on campus, and it's silent, and I'm over there giggling on occasion. Don't come at me. But I had such a good time. Oh, it's such a good book. I'm pretty sure I'm 75-ish% of the way through. So the next update, I'll probably have finished it, or it might get another little bit of an ending sequence with my live reactions, but it's so good. I'm so excited. I will definitely pick up the other books in the series. for sure. Haven't read any more of Ledge. Don't know how much reading I will do today because I had a heavy editing morning and I got class and I want to make dinner. Probably gonna hang out with my boyfriend just because I haven't seen him in the past 2 days. Sadness. He's like the light of my life, and he is an energy giver for me. So love him. And that's all I have to say. Good things. Good things are happening. Great things are happening. Tiago is amazing. And I will be back probably when I finish the book. So I'll keep you posted. I just talked to you guys for 2 minutes and I didn't press record. So, as I was saying, which you did not hear, I have a couple minutes left before I have to leave, so I picked up Ledge since I haven't picked it up in like 2 days. And the banter is bantering. He says, he bites back a smile and shakes his head at the ground, taking several paces towards her. I cannot decide whether you are a curse or a dream. Can't I be both? She asks. Evidently, what part tempts you most? She pushes, closing the distance between them, running her fingers along the edge of his collar. Damn, I missed this. This is so good. This is so good. I also forgot to mention that our boy Ryan has wings, that he can vanish. And you know what that means. If you read Akatar, you know what that means. Hello, everyone. The hair's looking a little bit worse for wear, so just don't pay attention to it. But I'm home from school, and I have a gap before my company arrives, and my dad made dinner, so that's nice. Thank you, Dad, if you're watching this. So I have a good chunk of time to sit here and read, and I thought I'd set up the camera to see if we get any cool reactions. This is where I'm at. So almost, to get where things could be happening, and things have already happened, obviously, because the plot is pretty, not like fast paced, but like a lot of stuff happens in this story in terms of traveling and such. So I'm excited to read. And also, I don't know if you can really see. Oh yeah, you can. The writing isn't, I know I said this already, but it's gorgeous. There are moments where I'm like, wow, that's a good line. So, tabs. I'm gonna sit back and read and we'll see if anything happens. You guys, we just learned something. Oh my god, you can see the fun. We just learned something so sad, and I really hope it's not true because it came from a source that is very, very questionable. But I'm so sad. And that just puts another barrier between our two main characters. That's like actually heartbreaking. I feel like I don't trust it. But also it could be. But now, since we've learned that, one of them is going to be like, I can't be with you because you're going to be put at risk. And the other one's going to be like, well, the other one, I don't know what their reaction is going to be, but sad. Sad. I am going to finish this today. Mark my words. I have 50 pages ish left because my boyfriend is going to come over and he's bringing his book. So he is a self improvement book person and he wanted to read 50 pages today and he didn't get to. So I was like, oh my god, bring your book over, book date. I'll finish Ledge. Probably will read some of Falling Off the Cliff too. But yeah, sad thing happened. La 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 la. La, 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 la. Mike, please work. Okay, well, finished, gasped, horrifying. What the fuck? What was the ending of this book? What was the ending of that book? I need to go read the back of the next one. Like, I'm traumatized. I really am. We had such a great ending, and I was wondering why this was a series, and then we all knew it though. We all knew it. We knew something was, the other foot was gonna drop, and it crashed through the floor. It crashed through the floor. There's no floor left. Floor has gone into oblivion. My soul has gone into oblivion as well because what the fuck? I was not prepared for that. Will be reading the next ones because what did I do to deserve that? What does any reader do to deserve that? That was great. That was so good. That was such a well-written book. And it kept me very engaged throughout the whole thing. The romance was great. The plot was exciting and fuck. I'm deeply concerned now with this latest update that we've had, and the reveal was insane, and I did not see it coming at all. Sorry, my boyfriend's behind the camera. You want to say hi? Oh, he's gonna come over here. Oh, make an appearance. Yeah, sure. La 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 la. You're funny. What the fuck? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna go buy the next two, and I'm very frightened by those titles now because that was crazy. Like jaw dropping. Did not see it coming. And I'll also mention that there's like parts of this book that are funny too. So it checks all the boxes. It's funny. It's got good romance. It's got good spicy scenes, if you will, and a great plot. I highly recommend reading that. I'm gonna put it at a solid 4 stars. I'd say it probably gets 3.5 chili peppers from me personally, and I think that's a great book. Are you laughing at my chili peppers? Yeah, you said that I just like red hot chili peppers. Whatever. Hey, it works. That was cool. I've never read a fantasy quite like that, and I think it was very unique in terms of the plot and the setting, and I was also able to picture it very, very easily in my mind. So that was a great read. That was a great read. Traumatizing at the end, but a great read nonetheless. And we still have probably a good hour of reading for him to get through his 50 pages, so I'm gonna pick back up. I'm gonna pick back up falling off the cliff and hopefully make some headway in that. I hopefully will finish it within the next 2 days because obviously we need to be prepared for Onyx Storm to come out. And I don't know, maybe I'll do I don't know what day will it comes out. Can you look that up for me? Yes. What day it comes out and how far away? January 21st. How many days away is that? 5. 5 days away. Okay, well I can't reread Iron Flame in 5 days. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that to myself. Oh God. And that we're not even gonna get started on what Iron Flame did to me. Iron Flame had me staring at a wall for hours on end, and I didn't know what to do with myself. Thankfully, I read another 5-star book after that, but still traumatized. And I'll be back with updates. All right, I'm gonna go. We gotta go eat dinner too, and I'm starving. And it's pizza. My dad made pizza, and I requested a bagged Caesar salad. So, girls know. Very excited for that. Very excited for my Caesar salad. Okay, bye. Tiago is the best. He's so cute. We just had a really heartwarming moment. And he said, I'm just waiting for her to be ready because Cam, the moment I have her, I'm never letting her go. It's about him waiting to find the girl. And we all know who it is, but the eye contact. There was intense eye contact during that whole scene. Well, this is definitely interesting lighting, but same day, I have to talk. We just had a drop everything now, meet me in the pouring rain, something kiss away the pain. Drop everything now, meet me in the pouring rain. Kiss me on the sidewalk. There it is. Kiss me on the sidewalk, take away the pain. Moment. I was screaming. I was sat there screaming. Like, feet were kicking. So good. So good. And I will always, always, always be a sucker for like a let me take you home and take care of you moment. And boy did we get one. It's just such a great love story to watch as these two people who are closed off for different reasons come together and really just show up and support each other, which I'm pretty sure I've said before, but it's beautiful and it's great and I'm loving it and it's just great. We did get a confrontation with one of the antagonists of the story, if you will. It was great. The people who needed to back her up backed her up finally, which was great. um, it's just been so beautiful to read, and I've highlighted. Actually, we can check. Hold on. A lot of times. I also wanted to mention that we do bounce around a lot in terms of location because you have London and then you have Monaco where Tiago is based, and then you also have the different race circuits. And we just got a scene where they were on a boat in the Mediterranean, which was really cool. And it just makes me want to go to Europe. I mean, doesn't everyone want to go to Europe? But like, it makes me want to go to Europe and live there and like get into F1, which I'm sure I would be, and I have friends who are into it. But golly, wow, it's so good. It's so good. And my boyfriend was he's reading Atomic Habits right now, and he's just like going on his merry way, underlining things, and I'm over here like, literally the exact sound that comes out of my mouth for these characters and their story, and it's so good. Hello, everyone. I have not done any reading today, which is unfortunate. Was dealing with the ramifications of me having to work a lot this weekend, so did a little bit of homework. And after that, I decided to print out my 2 pages in terms of the vibes of the books. Because obviously, oh, whoops. I already finished Ledge, so here's that sheet. And then I have a feeling I'm going to finish, what is it, Falling Off the Cliff this weekend. And then I'm not even going to talk about the book that I'm going to pick up between that and Onyx Storm. And I'm going to cut them out, watch a YouTube video while I do that, probably get the base down for the spread. I'm kind of regretting the size of these, but also not regretting it because I'm going to have a lot to write. Because it's so good. Maybe it'll be a 5-star. It's definitely a 4.5, 4.75, but then again, like I said, the amount of time that it stays with me and if I think about it again will really determine if it's a 4.5, 4.75, or a 5-star read. The third one is coming out in like the spring months, and if she releases a special edition of the third one, I will be getting the special edition of this one. And I do plan on reading the second one soon as a palate cleanser at some point. And yeah, I'm gonna make dinner tonight. I'm making a chicken parmesan chicken bake, and there are potatoes and green beans also on the sheet. My boyfriend's coming over again to help me cook, but I taught him how to cook, so it's only fair. Everything has been cut out now, and or at least for one book. And I just wanted to pop on here to show you what I did with the pages. And my thought was, it kind of looks like ice, you know? So that's what I did. Like maybe like different layers of ice. So now I'm gonna stick everything down. Alrighty, so a wee bit later. Took some time placing things down, but I have the base layer done, and there are no spoilers, so feel free to really look at it if you'd like. But those are our 2 main characters. Oh, what's her name? What's her name? Dawson and Ryan, and he has wings. And there's the title. I kind of drew a little bit of a ledge. And then there's Glacia, the Ice Kingdom, and the forest kind of vibes. It's a cold book. Like, it really makes you feel very, very Winterfell, Game of Thrones-esque. And I put 2 quotes down. One of them is, she had learned the might of silence. It is the prelude to fear. It is the absence of company. It is the moment before the monster takes you in its claws. She abhors it. And then the second one is, beware the female whose desire to hurt burns hotter than her desire to heal. We love a strong female character. And I'm actually very pleased with how this turned out. I was lucky to find that character art because I couldn't find much. I mean, I pulled an image here from a special edition, like inside of a book, and everything else I just found on Pinterest. But yeah, it gets a 4-star from me, 2 chili pepper rating, and I'll probably fill it out tomorrow in the coming days. But I just like to have it down so I'm more inclined to sit down and fill it out. And I think I have 20 minutes until my boyfriend gets here, so I should really start prepping the dinner ingredients, but maybe I'll read. I don't know. I hate having like anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes between like now and a time you have to do something, especially if you have to leave. It just doesn't seem like enough time. Like I may sit down and read for like an hour minimum person. Okay, I'm gonna go do whatever I'm about to do, and I will hopefully be back with a final opinion slash maybe montage of falling off the cliff. Those are the vibes. And there's a quote, a quote from this book that says, "Keep dancing through your storm." And I was like, why do I want a tattoo of that? Why do I want that tattooed on my body? I'm gonna go and do the things. Okay, bye. Hello, everyone. It's the next day and it's in the evening and I just took a shower. So if my hair looks a little bit worse for wear, that is the reason. And I just decided to sit down and finish Falling Off the Cliff. And I liked it. I gave it 4.25 stars. The ending was a little bit rushed for me, and we kind of skipped through the last couple of races that we were supposed to see. And then we had a pretty surface level third act conflict. And it's like something that like would like realistically happen, but I would have liked to, instead of just being seeing the aftermath of it, to like see the events take place and like what one of our people was thinking about the other person during said events. But we didn't, and it's fine. And I read, I don't like this, that was a little bit spiderwebby for my liking. I read the epilogue, and I'm not really a fan of epilogues. We had an epilogue and then an extended epilogue, so it was 5 years later and then 5 years after that. And I don't know about you, but I don't personally need to see them get married or them have a family. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, but I just like the idea that they got together and they're like they are gonna live their lives. You know, like I'm glad I got to witness them fall in love, but I don't really need the aftermath of that. It's not really why I read a romance novel. I read the romance novel for the falling, not the in love. So I am a fan of Mariana Zapata. Of the couple books that I've read by her, I've enjoyed the very slow burn romance. I will say like this book was a little bit slow burn, and obviously we had like the fake dating, and the characters felt very well rounded. They deal with very real things, and they felt very connected to their occupations in terms of like what was causing like emotional barriers and what they had to overcome, which I really liked. I will be picking up the second one. I am just so disappointed that it's not rated higher. Like I had such a good time, and I sat down with like 13% more to read, and I was like, we're kind of skipping. Like, it's over 500 pages, like, barely. And that's like a lot for a romance novel. I'm a believer that like a romance novel really needs to be like at most 400 pages, but it is what it is. And I would have loved to see the other four races like in detail, because our main man is like really having to like race and like do the things in order to have this other thing happen. And we just didn't get that much detail, which is fine, I guess. I've been doing good with Fable. I will try and link my Fable down below because that's what I've been using. This has caused me to track across 3 different places. I'll track on Goodreads, which I didn't do all last year. Last year I tracked on Storygraph for the September through December that I actually read books, and then Fabled. So I'm doing all 3 of those now. I think my favorite is still Storygraph just because it tells me if I'm like ahead of schedule or not in terms of what I need to read. I don't know if I haven't found that on Goodreads yet. And then Fabled, it looks pretty, but it's a little bit clunky and I'm not really sure how to work it sometimes. I'm still getting used to the platform. Anyway, I hope you've had a decent time watching this. I've had a fun time filming it. And hopefully the footage is good. If it's not good, this video won't see the light of day. I run out of things to say. Anyway, I hope you have a good day. And I think I already said that, but have an extra super awesome, amazing day. And if you got this far in the video, leave me a flower emoji for the backdrop that we have been having. And we will have probably for a good long while. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.